Well, I'm taking this tire apart, and I'm mildly concerned in why there was that much water just chilling in this tire. Cameron, what did you do?
I played in a puddle.
That's maybe why the bead's not wanting to seal, because there's water in there, and I'm guessing rust on the bead. Hopefully we get it cleaned up in a little bead sealer. I'll get my problem fixed. Another day, another video, I guess. Looks like we got the land roller in the shop. You gonna attempt to weld?
Attempt at it.
This looks like where they plated it, isn't it? Or this is.
Yeah, that's where they plated, but it's all broken on the bottom side.
So Cameron's working on the crack in yesterday's video. We pointed out that is in the roller. Hopefully he can get that fixed up. Well, this morning before I even got to the farm, we had another semi-load of chemicals show up for all of our crops. I think most of this is just Roundup. Glypho 5, yep, I think that's Roundup. So that's fun. We're gonna have to get this back behind the shop and organized now. Couldn't really get back there with the semi to just put it where it belongs because the yard is like playing Tetris out here. There's so much equipment everywhere, which is kind of exciting. It looks like for the most part we're gonna resume from where we left off yesterday, which was checking tires. Mike is doing that again. I am going to see if I can patch this tire that was leaking. I was procrastinating that job. This should be fun, right? We also got a little rain last night, which I guess is somewhat exciting because I think we are rather dry here and it is early in the season, so a nice warm rain will help get the rest of the frost out what's left. I know it's not all out, but we're getting there. It's getting closer and closer every single day. Now this jack, an idea here, might be quite possibly the dumbest idea I've ever had, or the dumbest idea I'll have today, but we're gonna give it a try. Because all I have to do is lift this outside wing up, which shouldn't be that heavy. Technically, I could just go fold it up to jack it up to get that tire off, but we're gonna give this a try. And those of you who know, this jack is probably like one of the most dangerous jacks you can use. We'll be safe though. I have adult supervision. I'm an adult and I'm watching myself. It worked. We have clearance. Now, what's your guys' guess on the socket size? It looks like a 7/8 to me. Was my guess right? Man, I'm good. So I don't know where this hole is. We got to get a little bit of air in it and see if we can find it, see if it's patchable. I'm not 100% sure yet. I think I found my hole. I think we can patch it. I just wish I had some tire chalk to mark exactly where that is because I will forget, but I have an idea. You guys ready for my ingenious idea? Black marker on black tire. Yeah, that was a dumb idea. That ain't gonna work. My new genius idea, stab it with something where the hole is, so I know where it's at. Now I can't lose it. Very rarely does it ever happen, but I love when tires just work for me. All I did was stand on it and I broke the bead. I didn't even have to run the bead breaker. Can I get that lucky for the backside? Negative, Ghost Rider. And this tire is very stiff and dry rotted. I did get it broke though. It only took like all the bead breakers extension there. I definitely overextended it. Well, this lawnmower has really been a mystery to us. We cannot get it figured out. We had to call the professional technicians, thank you Adam, to help diagnose it. I wasn't here for the whole phone call, but it sounds like ignition switch, right? No? Yes. Well, I'll let these guys go and work on this thing. People that are smarter than me. I'm just in the way. I'm gonna get back to work on my tire and keep on struggling because it does not want to come off the bead. What's kind of strange to me and I just can't quite wrap my head around is when patching a tire, you always first have to let the glue dry before putting the patch on, because if you put the patch on with the glue wet, it doesn't work. You want the glue halfway dry before putting it on. I don't know. I just work here and that's the way you're supposed to do it, so that's the way I do it. Well, those of you that didn't know the process of patching a tire, now you do. First you clean your surface, you apply your glue, you let it dry halfway, smack the patch on there and roll it with this thing. Now I'm gonna get you guys out of my way and get my head in there and make sure I do this right. So Cameron went and took the grinder, ground a hole where the crack is in the frame here, and is now building his hole up with weld, so hopefully that's a little bit stronger because you can get it burned in a little bit more. And then I believe your plan is, I'm not sure, I haven't talked to him yet, is to grind it flat, put a plate on there and plate it so it's thicker so it doesn't crack even more, correct?
Correct, and then also gonna throw gussets in here to re-strengthen it onto the front beam.
That's somewhat of a smart idea. And Micah's running the grinder ahead of him because this is one crack of 5, I believe, and if he doesn't have any help, he might be here a while. You having fun, Micah?
Oh yeah.
Oh boy, that one's got like a big crack. There's like a hole in that one.
This one goes all the way this way, which I already ground the notch for him, but this way and then all the way that way, and then it comes up the back and it stops about there, and then it's cracked across the top here.
So it's basically not even holding anymore.
Holding right here and about 2 inches right here.
That's good. I wanted to send it in another season. Everyone else said we should weld it. I like living life on the edge a little bit. Well, Joey has started the lengthy process of moving all these shuttles back behind the shop and organizing them by row for what each chemical is. Since all of you seem to want more of Joey, there you go. Joey's in the skid steer. We'll leave him in there for a while so he can maybe come up with the farm's next $1 million idea. When he's into some equipment, he just starts thinking, and who knows what brews in his mind. Well, tire is fixed. It's holding air, so that's good. Wherever it is, right there, you can see it. It's not a small cut, especially with air pressure in it. But that tire doesn't have much pressure on that outer wing. Plus, there's another tire beside it. I think it'll work for now, at least for this season. We're gonna send it. So a few videos ago, like I was telling you guys, the mini payloader, which I'm standing by here, I broke this circ off the center, and it was a specialty grease circ. It wasn't just the standard one you can find in an everyday set. We have the same issue with this summer's land roller. They're specialty grease circs. But we have a bunch of them ordered here in this box from last year, so we gotta get this thing opened up and put it on. Even the place we bought this land roller from could not find these parts, and we're confused on why a normal grease circ wouldn't work. But we got them, now I gotta get them turned in. Now the real moment of truth, will it take grease? It took it, we're in business. Oh, that looks decent. That does not look decent. That one there looks good, but then this one, oofta, what happened there? Cameron, I'm showing like 5,000 people your welds here.
I shouldn't have done the top weld. It made it very peroxidy.
I don't know what that means, but that does not look good.
All those little holes, that.
Sadly, Summers is not coming out to warranty this. We did call them and ask. It is 2-3 years old, but it'd be nice that they come out, see where the cracks are, fix them, and then in the future, when they build new future 91-foot land rollers, the problem is fixed and farmers like us don't have to continue trying to weld. Like the awesome company Halo, if they would work with us like they did and fix their issues so they're not reoccurring, but you can't win them all. Do any of you guys have things in your shop that are just older than dirt, but they're tools that still just work and you just still use them to this day? Like this tire press thing. Like this has got to be one of the first ones when the tire actually came out to like press. I don't know. Maybe not. It just looks super old. I just oiled the bearing up in there. I bet that's older than me twice combined, whatever, but that's the one we have and it's the one we've always used. Or another thing we have that's literally older than dirt. There's this pump for our gear oil. This thing, Dad said, is definitely older than him, and I keep saying we should get a new one because it leaks everywhere and makes a mess, but Dad's like, it works, so we're gonna keep using it. I honestly don't even know if you can find a new one. But yeah, this thing's also older than dirt. That's on our farm or in our shop and we still use. We got this one, an upgraded one for a bucket, but not for a 2.5 gallon jug yet. Oh, I know I remember seeing a hose off, which is right here. Other than that, we got to test fire this thing, make sure the things spin and do the things that they're supposed to do. And I think she's ready to go. Should Himmy lift you up there? Or are you gonna climb up there? You're gonna climb up there? Are you a big boy?
Yeah.
You need some adult supervision?
You don't help me go up.
You got it, dude.
I can't.
Here, give me a screwdriver. Okay, go.
I can't. You don't lift me.
I can lift you. So this thing is relatively simple. All the test firing is Brandon's gonna make sure the computer is reading it, the monitor and the tractor. And then I'm gonna be out here making sure that what the computer's saying is actually happening, which is these meters back here spinning. Which should be this thing here, and that there, and back there. If those are spinning, the monitor's saying it's working, everything should be a go for the season. But before we get going for the year, we always like to make sure it works because this sat outside all year. The tractor has not been hooked up to it for a year. And with all the wiring and stuff, communication can sometimes be a little iffy. Hey, we already found our first issue. I don't remember this, but apparently the fan hoses can only run a certain way, which is number 5 here. He's also test firing the fan back here, which pushes the product to each and every row up there, making sure that runs too. Oh, I see us an issue. We're planting the yard again, guys. Yep, that definitely looks like an issue. Hopefully just a loose fitting. We got oil leakage. I got oil leaking everywhere. Grab myself an adjustable hammer and see if we can get this tightened up and fixed. Hopefully it's not a blown seal or hose. I guess if it's a seal, it's not so bad, but if it's a hose, it's kind of bad then. Uh-oh. It looks like it's a swivel. That's not very cool, Mr. Krabs. We might be in luck. It looks like it's just a little loose. Okay, give me some hydraulic. Let's see if she leaks. There we go. I don't see any leaking, so I think that's fixed. I love when fixes go that easy. Well, I see these meters when I was walking here was turning. He's giving me a head shake like this, saying we're good to go. I think that means this machine's ready to get in the field. Now the weather just needs to be ready. And the calendar, because we can't start beans till May 1st. I find it oddly satisfying and fun backing up on air seeder with a cart, because it kind of takes a little bit of talent, and if you can do it, you're pretty good at backing up trailers. Oh my goodness, I think we definitely got enough grease in that pin, whoever did that. Well, at least we know it won't go bad. Cameron? Yes, sir. I don't care what anyone says about you around here, you're doing a good job.
That's good.
Okay, Brandon wants to do one more test fire because the first time he did it, it didn't work. Stuff was still probably trying to communicate yet. Just to make sure they're spinning, and it looks like it's spinning. All three of them are. Shaking my head that we're a go. I think that means we're gonna go and hook this thing because we can't start seeding soybeans till May 1st, and we have some tillage that tractor needs to do, I believe. That is such a sweet sight to see. Catch a ride back here. I can see the shop from here. Oh, we have her in a final resting place until May 1st here in the lawn. Okay, home we go. Lunchtime. Goodbye, air seeder. See you in May. You guys know we run a professional operation and we mean business when you show up to work in sweatpants. Very serious around here. Are you in need of some assistance?
Yeah, can you super glue that there for me?
Yep, I'll get the Gorilla super glue. That should hold, right?
I think so. I mean, if you're chewing bubble gum, I think that'd hold it too.
Okay, I'll hold. You weld. Okay, give her a big smoke. Well, sadly, lunch break did not last all day, so time to get back to work. So yesterday, Dad took off the Cat 4 hitch because we were hooking up to the drill, and the drill takes a Cat 5. But we were thinking way too far ahead, because this thing, like I said, is going back onto the quick till, I think the quick till, and that takes a Cat 4. So we had to put the Cat 4 hitch back on, and we took it off for basically no reason. I always love doing stuff twice, right? I do. Grabbing the government juice. You know, they say this stuff gives the tractor like 50 extra horsepower. That was a joke, guys. That wasn't real. It's crazy. You know when the frost lifts in areas and is no longer in the ground because it dries up. Yesterday I was here and this was a giant mud mess, and we got rain last night. Now it's relatively dry, like it's not sticking to my shoes. It's only been a day later. So I think the frost definitely lifted right here. It is not high enough, so we gotta hook the hydraulic up to lift it up and get the pin in. Nope, the other way. Oh! Perfect. And then I lock this valve over, because then you can't accidentally bump that lever, send the jack down while you're driving and bend it. That'd be a big catastrophic failure. So to make sure that's locked. Now we gotta hook up the rest of these oily, messy things. I'll put you guys down. You don't have to watch me do this. This is the face I make when I look at the grain markets today and see they're in the green. I like it quite a bit. Well, I can do this a few more days in a row, maybe sell some more grain. So, as you guys saw, we have 2 air seeder drills here. I don't know if this is the right way to do it, but this is the way we've done it. The other drill, not this one, that one that Brandon and I already unhooked, we converted to a greaseless system. And this one, I converted to a greaseless system by not greasing it. I believe the greaseless system is all poly stuff in here, like the bushings and stuff we replaced, so it's all greaseless. I heard somewhere back a long time ago, someone told us that it is better not to grease these or these down here, because then dirt just gets in there, or leaves place, lets it be a sticky surface for dirt to get in, which causes more wear, and then it seizes up too. So for the past, how many years have we had this drill? 3, 4 years? This has not been converted to a greaseless system, and I have not greased it. And so far, I think it's been a win, because Not everything's seized up. Well, this bottom one's a little played out, but the top one's not played out like at all, and we did not replace them. Well, it depends on the one. Like this one's not played out like at all. Some of them are a little played out, but our thought process at the time was let's not throw grease in there because maintenance sucks to do sometimes. So yeah, we just turned it into a non-greaseless unit or greaseless unit, and then when it wore out we were gonna convert it to that too. I don't know if that's where I was going with my train of thought, but that's where it ended. Oh, that is pretty cool. That I don't think they can see it on camera, but yeah, that's pretty cool. That is definitely a pinched hose. So that's gonna have to be addressed. So yeah, fun fact, we actually, legitimately, I'm not joking, do not grease this thing. The only thing we grease is like our wheel hubs, obviously the pivoting center here, the cart, but all the moving components in here. Not been greased in 4 years. Like this one here, that's still pretty tight. There's a little slop there, but it's not bad at all. Some of these are slopped out. I'm not sure why. Like, which one was it? This one's got a little slop, and this one has some slop. I think that's because the bolt is loose. Yes, the bolt definitely came loose on this one. So if I tighten this up, there'll definitely be a lot less slop. The other day, Joey got bored, and we go through a lot of grease on our farm. Like, here's a case, not a box, a case, another case, another case, another case, and I mean, this will be gone by the end of the year for sure. So we go through a lot of grease. Joey was bored on Amazon. He's like, let's try this random grease that I found on Amazon. So now we're trying red and tacky grease. Lucas, multi-purpose. I don't know. Joey bought some random grease that we're gonna be greasing. It's a little dark in here, but I'm on an adventure looking for some drill parts, and I think I found them. Joey and I are coming up with new ideas of stuff to do, I guess. We're getting bored. So we've come to the conclusion, Dad and I, that the semis are parked middle of the yard in the way. So we're gonna move them. Something else we gotta get up and make sure is running properly is our conveyor here. Hey! It's not spinning, Joey. That's not a good sign. And this is why we go through stuff and make sure it's running before the season is here. But now this thing is for some reason not wanting to spin from sitting outside. Hopefully this thing's not too seized up and we can get her loose. We have ran fertilizer through this before, but it's been a while. It's honestly kind of concerning that it's locked up. Going along, filling all the tires again. We got another one that needs some TLC. So I gotta get this zipped off here. Joey's still walking his auger. It's like walking a dog, it's just a conveyor. Joey's giving me hand signals to come help him. Still not wanting to break loose. Joey is definitely tensioning the conveyor. See if she grabs now. Good. Maybe we over tension it to where it's so tight that it won't spin. Still not moving. This is not good, Joey. Well, after just tensioning and loosening and tensioning the conveyor belt and messing with it up front, pulling and prying, we finally just got it broke loose. Yeah, and then now we broke something else. For some reason the flux capacitor is not working. Well, that's cool. We broke the tensioner while trying to get the thingamabobber fixed. Fix one problem, cause another. Just keep going along. But you know, when all else fails, Brandon, give up. I'll grab the WD-40. But we do need that 20 inch bolt. Hey, it's moving. Look at that, I think I fixed it, Brandon. We have so many flat tires on our farm, pretty soon tracks are gonna start going flat. Always thirsty, these trucks. Now I need to get the lowboy hooked up because we want to take the excavators and go do some land cleaning. I guarantee this battery's dead. Yep, imagine that. You know, I'm like really blown away that this thing is moving right now. I thought the tires would be seized up and not want to move. You know, some things work out good for us. The auger, we found issues with that, but no issues with the lowboy trailer here. I do not have the highest hopes for getting this tire back together. One, we bent the crap out of that rim getting it off. And two, we really tore the beat up on this thing. Also getting this off because it is so weathered and just so old and stiff. Not cool potatoes. I don't have high hopes of this thing taking air, but I'm gonna give it another try because this tire is $360 and that is an expensive tire. So I'm gonna get her all polished up, throw her back on. Even though this bead looks like that, I gotta try. All it takes is time and a little effort. Well, I got this wheel all polished up with this polishing blade. There's a lot of rust and corrosion around this bead, that's for sure. With some hope and a prayer, I'm gonna goop this up with some bead sealer and see what happens. I don't have high hopes still. That tire is just not in very good shape. Well, somehow by a miracle, I mean this stuff, it literally works miracles, that's insane. With enough pounding on the tire to kind of get the bead to set into place and pounding on the rim, I don't have any leaks in this thing, which is absolutely insane to me. I just saved the farm $360. I thought for sure I was gonna have to go get a tire, but that thing's holding there again. Little polishing, little TLC, got her going. Looks like Mike has got some lawnmower blades out. He's gonna give them a little touch up with the grinder, sharpen them up a tish. Oh, you have fun. I'll get this side. Okay, let's race. Go. After the first year of owning this land roller, the frame had cracked and it was warranted. They came out and welded it. But when they welded it, that's all they did was weld it. Like right here was a weld, and they didn't actually reinforce it. They just welded it. So now it cracked again. Cameron got it all reinforced real nicely. I'm actually relatively impressed with the welds he did. He's still learning and getting better though. Can only get better. Well, I guess he could get worse if you really try, but I'm thinking it's gonna hold for now, I guess, until we find the next weak point. But it's paint time. Do we run out of paint?
No, that's just really hot.
Oh, it's still a little bit warm. Yeah, he plated her up. They already got some of this painted up here, what he welded already. I was waiting for the last coating. So we do have two lawnmowers. Micah's sharpening those blades like I just showed you, but I think the blades in the other lawnmower here are a little papery thin. I don't think that's gonna make another season. Those are junk, we need new ones. I think Brandon and I are now gonna test fire the second drill, make sure this thing's going. Everything else is all done on it. Cameron, I think, just really wanted to drive an excavator, so he's now driving that down to fill it up with fuel down there. Good old North Dakota wind again. So on our drills, last year we put a new updated aftermarket hydraulic drive metering system on them. And for some reason, this drill last year, halfway through the season, the old system and the new system quit communicating. We got it to work to finish the season. It's not wanting to work now. We're trying to figure that out. Brandon and I messed with some wires. We're now gonna take it out to the field and drive it quite a ways. See once what it does then, if it kicks it out still, or if it stays engaged. Cameron's just in our way with the excavator. Well, I think Brandon and I came up with a Band-Aid fix for the drill. That's probably what we're gonna end up sending with it for the season. They're attempting to back the roller out of the shop here. And I say attempting because you can't exactly back rollers up unless they're unfolded, because they do just that. They unfold. So I think what we're gonna do here, like Brandon just said, if you heard him, we're gonna hook a chain on to keep the rear together from splitting apart so we can get this back out of the shed. I don't know if they thought this part through when pulling it into weld. That was kind of a future us problem. And now that future us is kind of like right now. Who's your favorite brother, Brandon? That is not an option. I definitely have a favorite brother. Sorry, you're not on that list. Okay, Joey, give it another try. I can't get this whole giant thing in one camera angle. I wonder what the length of that is from the back to the front of the tractor. Okay, well, my curiosity got the best of me and I had to get this fancy tape measure out. This thing actually pretty easy to use. You don't got to worry about it flopping in the wind out here. From front to back of that tractor, 102 feet. That is crazy long. Oh, we just got the unroller hooked here and more chemicals showing up today. 2 truckloads in one day. Well, I believe we're finishing out the day here with hooking up this 82-foot heavy harrow. Oh, what the world? I'm gonna have to go investigate that. I think we're about done. I think service and maintenance is done. We're gonna get in the field tomorrow and until the rain shuts us down and get some more land cleaned up before it's time to start seeding. I gotta figure out how to hook this thing up. I think I gotta hook up a hydraulic to get the hitch to come up. So, the hoses are all on the ground. What'd you do that for, Cameron? There, I got these hoses hooked up, but I don't know if they're in the right ones, because whoever unhooked it did not properly set them, keep them together. They just kind of plopped them onto the ground here, as you can see. So I don't know if they're hooked up right, but move the lever, see what happens. Do the opposite of that. Okay, we did, that was good. Go down a little bit. Oh, go up a little bit. Oh, this does not work when I have one hand on the camera, one hand on the hitch pin. Oh, go that way. I'm just kind of head bobbing. Which way to go? Okay, no, back. Okay, back that way. No, Cameron, we got this. Okay, back this way. This way. Oh, little more. Oh, I should just put the camera on. I'll get the pin in, and then I'll pick you guys back up. Okay, pin is in, and I did not throw my neck out. Thank you guys. I hope you understand that I couldn't have. I can't do everything. Sometimes I just gotta put the camera down. Okay, so I don't know if we're supposed to leave this here or if we're bringing it up there. I'm assuming bringing it up there so we can run a grease gun to it. So try to fold it. I don't know how to do that. Figure it out, man. Keep doing whatever you're doing. It's definitely doing something. I think I got this side to release. One good thing about having such rocky country, you're like almost never short of hammers. You got it. This thing's kind of scary. Like, you don't really comprehend how it folds and stays up. Like, it looks like it's just balancing, but I don't know. Some engineers, I guess, have somewhat of a head on their shoulders. Well, we think we got one problem fixed, which is the ignition. That's what was wrong with the starting. Now the engine was making more noises, so Micah took that apart and messed with the flux capacitor. We're gonna give it another go. Come on. Fix one problem, cause another. Fix one problem, cause another. I think we just need a new lawnmower. Oh, I think we need a new starter. Well, we got it running. We hit it a couple more times and it finally went. I think it's officially fixed, minus the starter that's now bad. I'm starting to hear some rattling noises on the old Bourbon, which I don't know why that would be the case, because I baby this thing. It's basically like new. Basically a pavement princess. I just don't understand why it'd be broken. TV axle under here might be going out, but this is not where I was hearing my noise and clunking. It was more toward the back, which doesn't make sense. Well, I quite honestly do not know what's wrong with this thing, but this is my noise. If any of you know what that might be, it also does it on this side. Is it something to do with my rear end? I don't know. If you guys could help me in the comments, that'd be awesome. It's a beater. It still drives forward, it still drives backwards, and it still stops. So I'm gonna keep sending it. But I should probably diagnose what that is. If it's wheel bearings, if it's my rear axle, if it's brakes, it's something. I just don't know what yet. That's future me's problem. Present me problem is that this jack won't go down. I spin it and nothing happens. So I got another jack under there trying to get that jack out. So Cameron's got a very strange little project here. He's gonna make this little flatbed trailer that's a bumper hitch somehow into a gooseneck into this little pickup.
This one's the actual gooseneck piece.
By welding it. I'm not sure how you're gonna weld plastic, Cameron, but good luck to you.
I'm just doing the gooseneck part.
That's
Micah's on the plastic part.
That's some small, tedious work here. It'd be pretty neat if you get it done. That right there is what I would have done, but I would have done that way bigger. So there's literally no point in me even trying. You did good though. Like, if that's all the oil mess you make and not all over the machine, I think you're doing good, Micah. Oh, Brandon brought the planter back into the shop here because in the fertilizer system, we just have water in there, and every night, pretty much every night, it still freezes. Stuff freezes, it expands and breaks stuff, and we don't want to cause more problems than we have to. So, well, I'm gonna be honest, I don't have the patience to watch them do that. They can have their fun at their little gooseneck. I think I'm gonna call that a video. I think I have some fishing to do. End of video today. Let's just drop a comment saying potato again. Let's go back to the OG. Thanks for watching, guys.